And we're live. Welcome to the channel, everybody. It is 8 o'clock Wednesday night, and I am doing multiple things here because I didn't get something set up before I started. Allow. There we go. And we're oh my god, let's try this. See how well this works. Oh, so I'm gonna put that up there. Let's see. Hello, Mr. Mach 1. How's it going? Oh, yep, there's me. That doesn't work because this thing isn't muted. Okay, and there we go. Just a little test. The camera on my tablet is much nicer than the camera on my laptop. Well, look at the difference here. Look at that. That's crazy. I don't get it. I don't know why my laptop camera is so bad. When I'm using this camera for anything else other than YouTube, it's fine. I don't get it. But that was just a little test to see if it would come in here really easily. Wanted to see what the camera looked like. And that was it. Anyway, welcome to the live stream. How's it going, Pop Boy Fox? Mr. Mach 1 in here. Yeah, you were the only one in here for a second there, Mach 1. And me, but I'm kind of test a few things out here. That way I can got some plans for the weekend that don't involve me racing at all. I am going to head out on Saturday, pick up my son in Tennessee, and head to Bristol. And we're going to go watch Cletus at Bristol. We're only going for Sunday. We're not going for the Saturday show because I got too much to do. So we're going to head up there Saturday night, stay until Monday morning. And, the only reason I'm staying is it's a 7-hour drive each way. So we'll go up there and watch the Crown Vics go around Bristol. Yep, Turbo 400 be in the 6's, no problem. I was thinking of something to get me in the 6's without me changing my transmission. So I'm thinking possibly nitrous, possibly a methanol injection, one of the two. Something to cool it down going into the something to help cool it down and enrich the fuel a little bit going into the intake. I'm not sure, though. It shouldn't take much for me to throw nitrous or methanol in there. It should actually be pretty easy to do. It's just money. The Turbo 400 would be great. Would love to do that, but that's even more money that I don't have. If I had the money, I would do it. But right now, I'm trying to get some tires for my wife's car because her car, I just changed the tires. I just changed her wheels and tires out to her normal set, which are smaller. They're 18-inch rims. Yeah, everything's money. Money's something I don't have. I used to. I don't anymore. And that's a problem. See if I can find this picture I took earlier. Oh, I sent it to somebody. I did it on text. This is what the back tires of my wife's car look like. Let me full screen myself. Hold on there, Jacob. And I'm going to go full screen. And that is what my wife's back tires look like. Yeah, I'm getting wasn't a great picture, but you can see they're bald, almost completely bald in the middle. No tread. I mean, it's like smooth as a baby's bottom. I don't know why it's showing up so bright like that. It's not really. There you can see it better that way. But that was my wife's rear tires. She was complaining about the thing was slipping a little bit in the rain, and she needed new rear tires. She did badly. Much worse than I thought. Those tires, I would have thought would have lasted a little bit longer than that. I mean, they don't have that many miles on them, and they can't. She hasn't driven that much, but I think those tires, those are summer tires, and they're only rated at like maybe 30,000 miles, and probably got that many on them. Oh no, I can't have that many on them. She hadn't had those tires on the whole time. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why they're so worn. I didn't do burnouts with those. I did them with her other ones that are actually on her car now. I'll be right back. My dog's fine. I'm the only one here right now. So. Come on, girls. Let's go. So yeah, I have everything I need to actually go methanol on my car. I have everything to do methanol on 2 cars right now. And I'll be putting methanol in the Focus. So, how's it going, Mike?
Yeah, pretty good. We're just getting a little bit of drizzle, and that's it.
Oh yeah, you're in the path of the hurricane, aren't you? Or the storm now, I guess.
Yeah, but so when I was looking at land, you guys are going to think I'm nuts for doing this, but it'll give you a little bit of insight into my personality. I research everything to the nth degree, much more than most people do, which is probably why I pick security, because I'm always digging. So, I looked at hurricanes over the last 100 years when I was going to North Carolina, and I looked at the path, and I figured out the path, what that they were, and then I wanted to live in an area that was not in the path. So Raleigh got hit by Hugo, but most of the other hurricanes, very little damage ever hits Raleigh. If you're on the east part of Raleigh, you get hit. If you're on the west part of Raleigh, you don't. So where I'm at, this thing just kind of glided by and nada.
Wasn't that bad by the time it got to you, though, was it?
Like I say, it's just drizzling. You
Yeah.
got nothing, but I'm, like I said, I'm way west of Raleigh. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're west of Raleigh. It's going to actually just go around you, I think, and head up.
Yeah, it's just going to go around us. But most of the storms, they just don't hit.
I remember Hugo because I lived in North Carolina when Hugo hit.
That must have sucked.
It almost put a tree on top of my car. I mean, I had a tree like this far from the top of my car.
Yeah.
It was leaning like this, and another tree had caught it, and I backed my car out of its parking spot, and like 10 minutes later, it fell.
So it gave you a few minutes notice.
It gave me time. It gave me time to get it out of there. How's it going, Barbecue Mike? In Bama?
Yeah, Bama. South Carolina isn't too terribly bad. So like Charleston always floods, but the mayor was out and it didn't look that bad. But Florida, man, I tried reaching out to Salty, and I sent him a message, hey, just checking in, but didn't hear anything back. But Georgia, man, oh man.
Atlanta got hit?
Not Atlanta, but east and southeast of it. And I know he's a couple hours south of Atlanta. So
is he? Is he that far south of Atlanta? I thought he was right outside of Atlanta.
I thought he was like an hour and a half, 2 hours south. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I was pretty sure he was like right next to the right near the track.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Fat Boy Fox.
Anyway, hey Jacob, how's it going? Did you finish watching that video?
Hey, Barbecue Mike.
Yeah, I finished it, and then I bought our tickets, but the stupid site wanted a verification, so I went to get the code, and then it refreshed when I went to put the code in, and now I can't find the tickets, but it charged me.
Did you give an email?
Yeah, I sent it. I gave an email, yeah, and then I tried to sign into their actual account, and it says no orders, so I emailed support.
Check your email first, see if they're there.
I did, and I checked for support.
Well, I already got the hotel, but I can cancel it if you don't end up getting the tickets. Since it charges
tickets. I'll get
tickets for what?
Bristol on Sunday.
We're going.
Oh, nice.
I'll rebuy the ticket.
It's the Cletus event. It's the Bristol. What is it? 1,000 that what he's calling it?
Wow.
So the Crown Vic racing around.
Oh,
Which would be
that'd be
fun.
cool.
I'd love to be able to go for Saturday too, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it ain't
Saturday,
gonna happen for me.
the burnout competition and all the Cletus and car event. But
Oh, nice.
we're going to head up there. It's a 7-hour drive from here.
Yeah,
I
I'm
gotta
trying to
stop.
see what it is for me.
Yeah, I got to stop in Tennessee and pick up Jacob near Nashville and Smyrna, and then head over.
It ain't that far from me, believe it or not. That's
No.
3.5 hours.
Really?
I'm in Tennessee, and it's farther for me.
Yeah. That's because you're in central western Tennessee, Nashville.
Yep.
So
Okay.
it'll be a not fun drive.
Any of you guys going to Mustang Week? I'm going to show up there on Sunday, the final day.
I think Drew is going.
Okay.
That's the only
I'm
person that's going.
I'm just going to scope it out.
You're about what,
and-
3.5 hours from there too, or 3 hours?
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah.
3.5, something like that.
Okay.
But I'm just going to do a day trip. Just take the EcoBoost Mustang and just cruise on the highway.
And I have possibly changed my mind, Jacob. I may be bringing the Focus.
I mean, that's fine.
Well, fuel prices, man. And I may detune. I'm probably going to detune it so I can run 87.
That's fine. I'm just irritated that the site did that where it refreshed, but I'll get either my money back or just rebuy the tickets and fight for it later.
Yeah. That's why I like when they use the vote for things. They don't anymore. He doesn't anymore. He has his own, but the only problem I have with using the vote is if I wanted to cancel that thing at the end of September, I can't.
The Fove?
The vote.
What's that?
It's a website where you buy tickets for a lot of motorsport stuff.
Yeah, that's what I used.
I went to his website and did it.
Oh, I just Googled it online and it took me to Bristol's website and I used Bristol's.
I hope it didn't cost more because I went to CletusMcFarland.com and you can buy them right there.
Oh, I bought it off of the Bristol one and it was $90 for everything and then tax, so it was 104. But then I
not bad.
Didn't get the tickets.
Hmm.
But it charged my account.
Well, then somehow you've got the tickets. I'm sure they'll get
I know.
out.
Support will get it figured out, I'm sure. So I'm not worried.
It'll probably show up in your email.
Yeah.
But should be fun as long as, I don't have too many people mad at me here.
So are you just driving the Focus out or are you trailering that out?
Oh, I'm just driving.
Okay. And
your truck, I'm going to watch.
Okay.
I'm driving.
Did you put your truck up for sale or?
Not yet. I haven't washed it yet.
And we're just putting the truck up for sale?
Yeah, not yet. We haven't.
No, but I'm just saying that's your only plan is to put up
What
for
is
sale.
Tomorrow?
Thursday.
I thought you said the truck and the Mustang.
I'm going to try and wash my truck and cut the grass since I don't have a live to do tomorrow. I'm going to try and wash the truck, put the new mud flap on it that I bought for it because one of them got broken off somehow. And then I'll take pictures of it. Then I have to clean out the inside a little bit. I need to vacuum it because it's filthy. Then I can take pictures of that and then I'll post it for sale, hopefully before the weekend. And yes, that's the only thing I'm putting up for sale right now. And I hate doing it. I love that truck. I do not want to get rid of that truck, but something's got to give. I've got too many bills right now and diesel costs way too much. I'm going to go back to a non-diesel truck. Unfortunately, I love the diesel. I love the power, but I'm going to buy an older, not fancy, like F-250.
With having all your cars, would you buy an older diesel, something that's,
No.
200 plus thousand miles on it, something that's older?
No, not now. Just because of the cost of diesel fuel.
Okay. No, I was just thinking because you've
And I don't
got your
drive
car trailer and
I don't go over mountains usually. So, I mean, I'm generally sticking right around here and there's not really many mountains in between here and anywhere I'd go.
Got it. Okay.
And even the mountains I would go to, they're not big. They're not mountains like I'm used to.
Right.
The reason I needed the diesel in the first place.
Diesels are nice, that's for sure.
Oh, coming down the mountain, they're real nice when you got that engine brake.
Big brakes. Yep.
Yeah. It may end up being a diesel, but it's definitely not going to, personally, I really love to just be able to get like a 2019 or newer, but just
That's some
they're
cash.
so expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and get as much as I can for my truck, but I'm sure it's going to be hard for me to get what I want for it. Because I want almost new prices. Not quite, like $10,000 less. But I mean,
6
a new
months
one,
ago would have been a different situation.
it would have been, but I didn't need it to sell
Yeah.
it 6 months ago.
It's like, I get in arguments with people on Facebook, and they're like, the Cobras are worth 35, 40,000 now, and it's da 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 da. And I'm like, Cobra prices are going to drop. A lot of cars, the prices are going to drop. And they're like, well, what do you mean? This is worth. I'm like, dude, when all these people start losing their jobs, the first thing that's sold is the hobby car.
Yep.
And if there's too many hobby cars being sold at once, people are giving shit away.
Yeah, I won't be giving nothing away. That's for sure.
Oh,
But
I
it's probably
know
going
that
to sell
you
for.
are, and
I
you're
probably
not in
will,
that situation.
I'm hoping to get within $5,000 of what my asking price is going to be. So I'm gonna post it for the KBB price, basically. The median range for selling it in the fair condition with the mileage it has. Because it's at 22,000 miles.
I'll be back in the live. My kids are calling.
Your kids are gone?
His kids are calling.
Oh, his kids are calling. I can't hear. I'm deaf.
Well, I mean, what you're doing with selling it now is much better than 6 months from now. I mean,
That's true.
The
my problem
shoe's
is that
getting ready to drop.
I was going to sell it like 3 months ago, but then I couldn't because I needed it. So if I can get it posted up this weekend, that'll be good. I just washing it's the hard part because it's hard for me to wash that damn thing. There's nowhere you could take it around here to wash it. It doesn't fit anywhere, even in the self washes. Doesn't fit.
Really?
Yeah, they're all small around here.
Okay.
They fit regular trucks just fine, but the dually just has a little trouble getting in and out. You have like no room next to you.
Oh, so it's not the height; it's the width. Okay.
It's the width. There's one that I found a place where I could, but to get in and out of it, I can pull in, but you had to back out because it used to be an auto wash, and they never removed the extra door on the other side, so it was much narrower, and the truck wouldn't fit through. I started to go, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to make it, but the back end isn't." So I had to back out. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, and even if you were able to do it, the turning radius on Fords has never been the best.
Oh no, the big Super Duties is pretty good.
Oh, is it good?
Well, they what was it? 19 that they widened the front. It was 19 or 20 that they widened the front end and gave it a tighter turning radius.
Nice. Okay.
Like I had a 15 350 and it could not turn anywhere near as tight as this F450 guy. And my Focus has trouble turning that tight when it's moving slow.
I know, like my my New Edge Mustang, the turning radius on that is just horrible.
Yeah,
you're 3-pointing when you don't need to, or when
I
you
know.
shouldn't have to.
The Focus is the same way because when they updated the Focus to the ST and put the wider tires on the front, they restricted how far the turn can be so it wouldn't rub. So it's electronically like stopped, so it can't turn as far as a normal Focus can.
Yeah, Bama, that may be true. I've only the only trucks I've ever owned have been Ford, so I haven't really driven too many other ones to know otherwise.
So I just swapped my wife's tires, all 4 of them, because I don't know if you saw those tires.
Yeah, they looked bald.
The slick tires. I don't know how they got that bald that quick. Really, I don't. I don't think she's got that many miles on them. And she didn't race with those tires. She never raced with those wheels.
Show
She
me
always
the
raced
picture
with the,
again. And what's it on? Show me the picture again and what's it on?
it's a Mustang. Her EcoBoost. It's the rear tires on the EcoBoost Mustang.
Okay.
They are. I got to go look and see which ones they are, because these are, if they are the summer tires, then they do have a lower rating than the all seasons. Asking me to show you, and I can't remember how to do it. I'm trying to remember where the picture is, because it's not in my album, because it was a text. There we go. I'm gonna. Oh wait, nope, can't turn it that way.
Make
Here,
my screen bigger.
I was gonna make my screen bigger too, but it takes me a second. See that?
Wow.
There's worn. They're beyond the wear bars. They're so smooth. When I took them off, I couldn't believe it. I knew they were worn. I didn't realize they were that bad.
What kind of tires?
Those are Continental Extreme.
Oh, the extreme kind of extremes.
It was 6 Extremes, so I think those are the summer tires.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Let's
extremes.
see. How's it going, Frank? How's it going? Oh, but yeah, I can't remember if they've got a 20 or 30,000 mile, wear rating on them. But either she hasn't driven that far. She hasn't driven anywhere near that. She's got like 10,000 miles on those tires. And she doesn't do burnouts. She's not me. She doesn't drive it the way I do. She drives slow. So I don't understand why those are so worn. Unless she is out there doing burnouts when I'm not around.
Or she peels out at a light.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Burnout.
Well, I thought you meant burnouts, meaning burnouts.
No. I just meant, taking off at the light really fast, because that thing will burn the tires, no problem. It might be an EcoBoost, but they've got way more power than some people think. You know.
Yeah, I know. I don't get on mine much. I'm usually shifting at 2,000 RPMs.
She's an automatic, so.
Yeah, so is mine.
Oh, see, she doesn't shift hers manually. She just lets it do whatever.
Yeah,
I was following her in the Focus the other day to go pick up the dogs, and oh my God, I wanted to pass her so bad, but I didn't, because I couldn't stand going that slow. The speed limit.
Tell me if you're like this. Depending on the vehicle that you're in, your personality and how you drive it is completely different.
Nope, I drive every vehicle the same way.
Really?
Like a race car.
So
That's wrong. No, his truck he drives nice. Don't let him lie to you.
Oh, that is not true. I drive it faster than most people.
So my truck
faster than most people would.
I baby the truck because I just watched the fuel gauge move as I'm driving. The EcoBoost Mustang, I don't really hammer on the gas, but I really crank it on the corners. And then the Mach 1, the Mach 1 goes watt every time I take it out. I don't care if it's a short trip, a long trip, it goes watt every single time.
Yeah. I like the EcoBoost Mustang's handling. I think it handles way better than the GT.
I can't wait till I get my track pack suspension on it. I've had the suspension for like almost a year now and haven't had a chance to put it on. So once I get my lift, it goes on.
Oh, I put that on without a lift. Easy.
I'm
Beat
old.
the snot out of it. We get it.
I'm
old.
old.
Jake, if you haven't been in, when I'm in my truck by myself, I drive it a little harder than I do like just going to town and stuff. I drive it. If I'm on a long trip, no, I baby it. That way I get better gas mileage.
I've only been in it with you when you're either on a long trip or you're towing your Mustang in a trailer.
Yeah, towing's completely different. I still do 70 while towing.
You driving your Focus out here for Bristol?
Yeah, I think I'm going to suffer with I don't know. It's going to be so much cheaper to drive the Focus.
It is. And you don't even have to drive it the whole time. You pick me up, I can drive the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's not just driving it. It's the seats aren't nearly as comfortable. You know that. They're old, too. They're from 2014.
See, I can handle the 4 hours of driving in the seat.
It's not driving. Driving doesn't bother me. It's the sitting.
Yeah, 4 hours. That's all I got to deal
And
with.
no massage, no heat, a crappy stereo.
You're back.
Actually, they don't hurt my back much at all. I actually really like
Really?
it. I'm not used to the passenger seat in that car. It's a little different than the driver's seat.
See, for me, I know you're talking about, putting the suspension on and being on the ground. I don't know if I'm old or just lazy, but I do not want to do stuff on the ground anymore.
Oh,
If
I
it's
have a
not,
quick jack, so I can lift it up on that. It puts it
well, there
like
you go.
16 inches in the air. I mean, it puts it high enough for me to do suspension work.
Yeah. But doing the old fashioned crawling underneath on freaking jack stands and you're trying to
I'll be right. I
contort
can hear
your
you. I'm
body
just
and,
going to let the dog out.
and you're trying to contort your body in all these different weird positions to do stuff. Nope.
Go.
Not doing that no more.
Go. What? My dogs are being weird. Did you want to go out or not? Go. I think they're really weirded out because mom's not home yet, and they want mom home. At least Blue is. Yeah, I understand. Being on the ground, it hurts me too. Yeah, there's a reason why lifts cost what they cost. Yeah.
No
You
kidding.
where are you buying your lift from? Do you know?
I'm gonna probably get mine from Best Buy equipment.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say if you didn't say that, I was like, have you tried Best Buy equipment? Because they tend to have the best prices I've seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
With install in some cases.
yeah, I'm gonna have them installed. I'm gonna get Bendix, and I like that brand. And the only lift I'll have is one that's ALI certified. I won't get any of the cheap crap that people get that aren't certified because you could
Well,
have the damn car fall on you.
there's only two brands I would buy, and Bendix is one of them. So,
There's some good. I mean, Atlas isn't bad. Challenger isn't bad.
I don't mind
There's
Challenger.
What about
Atlas.
Ben Packs, the one that sponsors all YouTubers?
You mean Bendix?
Is that how it's pronounced?
Well, Bendix is the company.
Well,
Benpack is the name of the.
right is the name,
lift.
but Bendix, that's the one that I'm going with. Rotary makes good lifts.
Oh, Rotary makes really nice lifts, but they're a little spendy.
But it has to be ALI. A lot of people will just whatever's cheapest, and it's all the non-ALI ones. And you have a cable break or you have a problem with the lock and a damn car falls on you. That's just
My life is on the line. Like I was, I use quick tracks and I get up under them. But a lot of times if I'm going to be under the car, I'll put it up on the quick jack and then I'll throw my race ramp cribs underneath all my wheels.
yes.
Now, if I'm working on the wheels, I'm not worried about it because I'm not going to be under the car.
Exactly.
But I will put cribs up underneath every wheel. And before I owned the cribs, I used to use cinder blocks and wood.
Well, it's like I see. Hey, Carmob.
What's up, motherfuckers?
I see guys that are replacing their K member on Mustangs and are just supporting it from the top, and I'm like, you should probably put a trans jack underneath the transmission as well.
Don't put a trans jack under there. It tells you that in the instructions to put a trans jack under there.
But you just see them just that overhead thing doing it, and it's like that slips off the strut towers. It's like, bam, the engine just fell.
No, I don't trust anything. I'd actually, as it permitted, I would put a jack up and hold the bottom of the engine too.
Exactly.
Put a transmission jack under the transmission. If you've got one tall enough, if not, build it up. Is that allergies, Carmob?
He's allergic to smoke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He can't yell at us because he can't catch his breath.
Oh,
my God. Anytime I'm talking trans in here, it means transmission, David. You should know that. I mean, unless I'm talking about that guy next door.
Kind sir, what's going on, Mr. Carmob?
How you doing, buddy?
That is a beautiful looking car.
That is such a nice looking car.
It
He's
had been,
clean.
I needed a fix.
Yeah. Did you go out driving today?
Yeah, I took it out for a little bit.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, my buddy Sean, you guys met Sean, who were at
Yeah.
my party at Mob's. Sean had a clutch disintegrate on his air compressor or on his air conditioning on his Dodge Ram truck.
Oh,
And apparently on the Dodge Ram truck, they use a magnet to engage and disengage the clutch on the air conditioning. And his started I don't know, having metal to metal contact and eventually seized up and broke off. So today I was over there giving him a hand installing the new clutch on his truck. And I was like, you know what, man, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to take the GTR over there. I said, I haven't driven it in a little bit. And then we ended up having to go to AutoZone because we figured out after we replaced everything that the fuse broke. So had to get a new fuse for the truck, had to replace the freaking clutch and stuff. And now his truck is up and running. But yeah, we took the GTR out for a little spin today.
oh,
That's
sweet.
nice.
How was the weather?
Weather's great. It's boost weather like a son of a gun, man. It's like only like friggin' 72 degrees here.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Oh,
it cooled down here
that's
today. I mean,
weather.
it's down to like 77 now. Yeah, it's 77 now. But even today, it was only got up to like 85 to 88, and it felt like that temperature.
Yep.
Wasn't super humid, so it was a pretty nice day.
Yeah, this morning we started off at 56 degrees and got up to 72.
Yeah, that's perfect for running boost.
Oh yeah. The GTR. Matter of fact, when I hit the gas pedal, it friggin' hit so hard it actually spun the tires a little bit in first gear, which it almost never does. So I knew she was getting a little extra friggin' juice out of the friggin' air today.
After running my car twice now, 2 weekends in a row in super hot weather,
Right.
This last week wasn't as bad as the week before.
Right.
It actually cooled off a little bit in the evening. That work I did with the insulation around my intake and the tube and blocking it off really helped.
I told you when you were in town, brother, I said, I think that's your biggest problem is that thing's sucking too much hot air.
Yeah. Once I get it back in my garage, I'm going to pull the front end off and I'm going to build a box around the whole intake because I need to pull the filter off and clean it anyway. And then I'm going to probably pull that, since I'm not driving on the road, I'm probably going to pull that, what do you call that thing? The fog light out, the whole bezel, everything, the fog light, all that, because that goes right into where the filter is.
Oh, okay.
And so it'll basically just funnel air right into it. And then if I watched a guy who did this, you know, the covers you can put over air filters to keep water from getting in them.
Mm-hmm.
He took some of that material and put over the hole so it would keep stuff from splashing in because he drove his car, you know, on the road. Mine's just going to be on the drag strip, so I don't really have to worry about that as much. But if I ever decided to take it on the road again, that'd be a way to fix that. Just put that, you know, put a sheet over it, you know, just give it some kind of water barrier.
Right. Street Fox, good to see you, buddy. Downhill Daddy, good to see you, bro. I'm just now looking at the comments. Okay, I didn't miss anybody, I don't think. Mr. Mach 1, if you're still here, what's up, brother?
Oh, dog just barked at me. She wants in again. Dogs are killing me tonight. They've been going in and out all night tonight. They're like kids. Come on. They're like little kids, in and out, in and out, in and out. I mean, the oldest one is only like 2.5, so they are kids.
Right.
Right, Bama. Thumbs up, everybody.
Rock and roll. Yeah, I could do that. Let's see here.
Mach 1 was the first one in here tonight. He was quick. As soon as I went live, he was messaging. He tapped. He threw up a chat. And I was like, oh, damn. So he's on it.
Salute, Bama. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I went over to Sean's, helped him fix his Ram, and then we decided to do dinner together. So we friggin' barbecued some pork chops and cooked up some potatoes. So it was good.
So I got leftover lasagna for dinner. That's from a little place called Little Capone's.
Okay.
I ate for lunch today. I had my leftovers, which was a little of that Cajun pasta.
Well, a place like Little Capone's, it better have good food.
You know it does. You've
Man,
been
that's a cool name for a restaurant.
there. You've been there. It's got good food. You're the one that got me turned on to that Cajun pasta.
Me?
Yes, Florence, in Florence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that place is real tasty.
Nice. Real nice.
So me and Colleen and Carolyn went there yesterday to celebrate Carolyn buying a house.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So she'll be she'll have a house about an hour away from here.
Nice.
Saturday I got to go up to Huntsville and pick up some fireplace for her. I
Okay.
love lasagna too, but at Capone's they both ordered the baked lasagna, and I got their Cajun pasta. Which I find it's got shrimp and andouille sausage in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a nice spice, so good.
Good
And then
stuff.
I can eat their leftovers, so I'll eat it.
Right on.
Oh, and we got some of the garlic breadsticks with
Right.
the beer cheese. Their beer
Oh,
cheese is
beer
little.
cheese, bro.
Their beer cheese is like watery. It doesn't
Oh,
get
no.
thick, but taste wise, it was phenomenal.
Right on. Yeah, I like beer cheese that had a little thickness to it.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I thought once it got cold, it would thicken up, and it didn't. So, I mean, refrigerator cold, yeah, it thickened up. It's like salt.
Right.
But I was thinking that as it cooled down, it would thicken up more. and it
Room
didn't.
temperature cold. I hear you.
But oh my god, it tasted so good on those garlic breadsticks.
Oh, I bet.
So good.
I bet.
I really like that place. I should eat there more often, but it's not cheap.
Right.
Yeah, it's not expensive, but it's not cheap. You know, I guess if you compare it to McDonald's, it's a little bit more than McDonald's, but McDonald's has gotten freaking expensive. So
Yeah, no doubt.
fast food shouldn't cost that much. Although I will say I do like their new McCrispy chicken sandwich. I am
I eat
coming up
mostly,
with
if I
that
eat McDonald's, it's usually breakfast. I don't usually go there for hamburgers.
What, McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually the only thing I go there for is breakfast.
Yep.
And there, I'd rather go to the Shell station across the street because they have a much better breakfast selection, and they make it all the different meats. And
I like that
tell them what
steak
you want on
bagel,
it.
bagel they make.
They'll throw you got egg, cheese, and then they've got bologna, which is like half an inch thick. Bologna, the steak, the fried steak,
Right.
pork, ham, sausage, bacon. They got it all. If it makes a breakfast sandwich, they have it.
Nice.
And it's really good. And then you get up to the register, and they have the choice of like mustard and jellies to go with it. Because jelly, I like mustard on my bologna, but on all the other ones, I like jelly if I put anything on them. Yeah. A sausage biscuit with jelly is really good. So is a steak biscuit.
Oh,
It's
God,
funny
I'm getting
that
tired.
fast food is now pretty much the price of going out to a restaurant.
Oh, it is.
My family and I we love breakfast food, so it's almost cheaper to eat at IHOP than it is at McDonald's now.
It is cheaper to eat at IHOP, I think.
Well, I know Waffle House is cheaper. We eat at there's a Waffle House by us, and we'll
I can
go
make
out
Waffle
there.
House expensive. I can, but it's hard to do. You have to order a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't been to a
it's
Waffle
true.
House.
Yeah, Mickey D's cost the same as Whataburger, Culver's, In-N-Out, all of that, and it just pisses me off. And you know what? I love Whataburger and Culver's and In-N-Out. I love them all.
Oh, In-N-Out's my favorite. Love In-N-Out.
Oh, now see, I like In-N-Out from back when I remember them growing up,
Right.
when they were new in California, and they were only in California.
Right.
It was so much better back then. They're still good, but they're not as good as they used to be because any change is big. they're not as good. It's like Dick's up in Seattle, Washington area. They're good still. I love a Dick's Deluxe.
Right.
They're not as good as they used to be when they only had 2 stores.
Right.
You want to know whose prices are still reasonable? White Castle.
Yeah.
It's around here. We have
Oh,
Crystal Burger.
man.
Well, you got crystals though, don't you?
Yeah, but they're not reasonable priced, and they're not as
Oh.
good as they used to be. I tried them I probably within
Love
the
me
first
some
month or
White
2
Castle.
after moving here, I had
Love you.
Crystal because I remember last time I lived here, I went to Crystal like all the time. I loved it.
Right.
They're nowhere near as good as they used to be. Or maybe I've changed, you know?
Right.
Yeah, getting like the those double cheeseburgers.
Yeah, the little slider doubles.
You know, get like 3 or 4 of those doubles, and then get a big chocolate shake.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Hey.
See, I like to get the singles. I like to get like the singles or the doubles, but I always at Crystal you order them in 6-packs, you know, basic or 3-packs and 6-packs. And
Oh, you
I
gotta get,
remember when I lived here in 93, 94, and I was at Huntsville, I was in the Army. I would go to Crystal. We'd go there on a Friday night or Saturday night, you know, after the bars and stuff. We'd get dropped at Crystal before we went home. And I would probably get a 12-pack of just at the time what they had was the single cheeseburgers. And all they had on them was like mustard, pickle, cheese, and burger. And I loved them. And they might have ketchup on them too, but I prefer just mustard, so that's what I'd get. And I'd get like a 12-pack of those with a medium fry and a large shake, and eat that on the ride home.
do you get the cheese? You got to get the cheese with the fries.
But back then they didn't have the cheese with the fries. Yeah, you
White
didn't have that.
Castle-
You had
White
fries. That
Castle,
was
you
it.
get the cheese, and you got the fries, and you get like extra cheese. You just ask for extra cheese, and you're just pretty much just dunking it in the cheese to where it's just 100% cheese coated. That is, man. Now I'm getting hungry.
I'm glad I just got done eating a little while ago.
Yeah, I
I
haven't.
don't even got a White
I-
Castle by me in North Carolina.
I haven't eaten it yet because I wasn't hungry beforehand. Took my mom. and
Now I'm
girl
looking to
each
see if there's a
couple
White
weeks ago.
Castle by me. I don't think
Hold
that
on.
there is.
So who was the old bastard that took over? Was that you, Bama?
White Castle here and see.
Where did you go to eat shrimp that cost that much? I love shrimp, but I can get it and make it at home way cheaper. And if I just want like a boiled shrimp to dip in cocktail sauce or something, I get that at the local Publix. So cheap. It's not.
Dude, if you know how to fucking cook, all food is pretty cheap.
Yeah. Oh,
The restaurants mark shit up ungodly amounts.
I saw a recipe that I was going to try it this weekend, but since I'm going to be busy this weekend, it's not going to happen.
Right.
It's a stuffed onion ring, and basically it's just onion with burger with another piece of onion in the middle, and
Okay.
cut thick,
Right.
and wrapped with bacon, and then you smoke it, and it looks delicious.
Nice.
It looks like a big meat donut.
Right.
And I'm gonna make some of these probably next week. If I don't do it, I might do them Monday. When I get home Monday, I might just do them Monday. So I just got to get some hamburger and some bacon and the onion. That's it. I got everything else. I got all the sauces and the seasonings and everything. And I'm going to make them. And I was watching them. What they did, they took the sweet yellow onion and they cut it. But when they cut it like an inch thick. You know, the rings are like an inch wide.
Right.
And then you take like the outer ring, and then you take one of the inner rings. It's much smaller. You put the seasoned meat in, and then you put the other ring in the middle, and then you use that ring to help hold the bacon around, and wrap like 2 strips of bacon around it to hold it all together. Oh my God, it looks so good. I saw this on a TikTok, and then I clicked the link to go to the website to get the full recipe and how they did it. And they smoked it, at a decent heat for like 20 minutes. So
that's awesome.
Easy enough to do. And then you baste it. You baste it with this a rub and barbecue mix, and it looks so good.
So, Matt Sting, how did you get thrown out of a White Castle? There's got to be a story there. I know I got in trouble at Long John Silver's. I was in the drive-through, and me and my buddy Bill were in his Thunderbird, and we went to the drive-through, and they're like, "Can we have your order?" And I said, "Yes, my Long John is silver." And they really didn't like that, so they started yelling at us. We had to leave.
Long John Silver's.
Man, I haven't eaten those in about probably 30 years.
Long John's for free. Now they charge you for them.
No,
Pink's is life.
wasn't me. It was the Beastie Boys. Nice.
Why don't you just tell her tomorrow morning?
You want to know who's got good food that I came across out here in North Carolina? Cookout.
Oh, Cookout's good. I like
Dude,
it.
they got good freaking burgers. Holy
I've been to
crap.
Cookouts that are bad. I've been to ones that weren't good.
The one
that
that's
Tennessee I went to that wasn't very good, and I think it was just the people there that day just didn't care.
man, I like their food though, man. You have you get a shake and you get one of their burgers and I ended up getting, what did I get? I got a burger with corn dog with fries and a chocolate shake. Man,
their shakes are great.
man.
They have so many different flavors of shakes too. Oh, what are you sending me? Oh my God. Where did you get that, David? Did I miss something in the chat?
What do we miss?
Oh, he just sent me a picture.
Oh, okay.
It's fried chicken. I'll do it to you. Give me 1 second. Let me remember how to turn my camera back on. It's fried chicken. Head.
Oh man, that's not nice.
No, it's not.
I got chickens at home. Well, I got chickens here. I'm at home. Which here's the
How
problem.
many chickens you got, Mike?
In China, they probably eat they eat every part of the chicken. So,
Mike, how many chickens you got?
We've got 8. We've got 6 hens and 2 roosters, and the family is getting so attached to them. Oh my gosh, even me, I'm getting attached.
Oh my God, you got that from Popeyes.
Yeah, we have 20 chickens. 2 are roosters.
Wow. How close does your family get? I mean, do you have them all named and they're like pets, or?
They're egg layers, dude. All they do is freaking run around, eat all the bugs, eat the grass, and lay eggs.
No, but I mean, like your family, how close are they to the chickens? Meaning, do they look at them like a dog or something?
We look at them as outside dogs.
Outside dogs, except for the meat birds, right?
Yeah, but right now we're not raising any meat birds because, that we already got through that run. And I don't know if we're going to do another run of meat birds just because we have a lot of chicken in the freezer.
Yeah.
But, we have 20 friggin' chickens. 2 are roosters. One's a baby rooster. One's an adult rooster. And we look at them as outdoor dogs, man. We go out there every morning. They get fresh food, fresh water every day. And they basically run around the yard and eat all the mosquitoes and eat the grass. And, as a treat, we friggin' feed them bird seed and scrambled eggs once in a while. And all your old, rinds from, vegetables and stuff like that. They love it. And they're friggin' great, man. Ever since I got my chickens, I no longer have mosquitoes on my property.
Nope, you shouldn't.
You can ask everybody that was here at Party at Mobs. There were no mosquitoes around.
Yeah, no mosquitoes.
So we've got issues with hawks here, really bad. So we can't let them free range unattended per se. So they've got their chicken coop, which is a 6x12. They've got a 10x20 pin that they go in, and then we have a channel connecting the 2 together with the electronic door. So they do that. But then at nighttime, before we put them away for 45 minutes or so, we let them, kind of just free range.
Right.
But tonight we had 3 freaking hawks, circling up on top. We're like, all right, you guys are going in.
By law, you can shoot them. At least you can in Michigan.
Yeah,
It's federal. You can't shoot them.
See, by law in Michigan, anything that tries to harm your livestock, you can kill.
Yep.
So if they're trying to attack your chickens, you can still shoot them.
Except
I don't
for
know what the
bald
law
eagle.
is in North Carolina, but I can tell you that in Michigan, I can even discharge a firearm in the dark as long as it's a friggin' predator attacking my friggin' chickens.
You still can't shoot a bald eagle.
No, but I'm not trying to shoot a bald eagle. We're
I
talking
know,
about
but-
friggin' like turkey vultures and shit
I'm
like
saying
that.
bald eagles are predators too, and I've had them come down and attack dogs in my yard.
I thought hawks you couldn't kill a hawk.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it's attacking your live feed, you can, or livestock.
if it's your livestock, you can defend your livestock. You can't
Right.
just shoot one for no reason.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
There's a
I mean,
difference.
I highly
all by
recommend,
state.
Mike, I highly recommend you check out your laws in your state. I'm just letting you know that in my state, in Michigan, that if a raccoon or a hawk or whatever tries to attack your livestock, by law, you can shoot it with a 22. Now, I don't know what the law is in North Carolina, but that's how it is in Michigan. Because I looked into it. I was having friggin' hawk attacks and I was having raccoon attacks. And I looked up my friggin' rights as to what I can shoot and what I can't shoot. And it said right on there, if it's attacking your livestock, you have the right to discharge a 22 and kill it, whether it's day or night.
Oh, wow. In Texas, if you steal a horse, you can legally hang them.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
every state has different laws. So check out your laws in your state and see what you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
every-
in North Carolina, it says it's illegal to kill, injure, or harass native hawks.
Native hawks.
Even if they're attacking your livestock?
It doesn't get into those details. You know what I mean?
There's a separate clause for livestock.
There's
stuff.
a separate clause for livestock because you're not trying to just kill this animal just to kill it.
Yeah, you have to look that up for
Right. It's a
if you
different
got
section.
livestock. But here's the deal: is in some states, and I think North Carolina is one of them. If that livestock, you don't subsist solely on that livestock, you can't do it.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I've been in North Carolina for 30 some years. Come on.
Yeah.
I moved out in 1990. So
How big's your rooster? Is he fully grown?
They're fairly close.
Because I'll tell you, okay, when your rooster gets fully grown, when your rooster is fully grown, good luck. That fucking hawk will get its ass beat if that friggin' rooster gets a hold of it. Because
Yeah.
I have a rooster, and I'll tell you right now, you do not want to mess with him. I mean, he's cool for the most part, but if you're a predator and you're trying to mess with his hens, man, stand by.
Oh no. He's lying. His rooster's a little asshole. I've got scars to prove it.
Mine are nice. You can walk up to them and pick them up.
Fuck you.
Not salty. Not salty.
He sneak attacks you from the bushes.
Yeah, he'll sneak attack you if you're not looking. I friggin' warn everybody.
I wasn't looking that day, and I hadn't even
No one's
really
talking
been
about
thinking
you.
either. That's what kills me.
I still do it.
I was sober. And I got salty attacked twice in one day.
Wow.
Oh yeah, salty ain't no joke. Now my new rooster, he's pretty cool. Barbecue Mike, what's up, brother? He knows what I mean.
Trying to see what kind I have.
My wife's got stuff. She's done a
Well, you guys, I am gonna hop off here. I wanted to hop in, say hello, shoot the shit a little bit, say hi to Pinks and everybody. But now I think I'm gonna jump in the shower and spend a little time with the wife.
There you go.
Hey, you have a good one. Thanks for coming
You
in.
too. You guys have a great night. We'll talk to everybody soon. Peace out.
Have a good one.
Hold on. Somebody messaged me, and I'm trying to answer it. Sorry, I'm answering somebody on Instagram who messaged me. The guy who owns my old house.
Oh, there you go.
And he asked me about a piece of PVC pipe that he found in the backyard. And I'm like, that was disconnected before I moved in. It used to run to the garage.
Got it.
I don't know why the guy, I guess because it wasn't legally done, but and it was PVC and it wasn't the right type. He'd run water. He had a sink and a toilet. And actually, I think it was the guy that owned it before the guy I bought it from had run everything. And there was like there's like a holding tank and a PVC drain for where there used to be a toilet. He had a toilet and a sink in the garage because he had an office in there.
Yeah.
And he had removed that. And the owner before me had rerun another PVC pipe just on top of the ground just to take cold water out there so he'd have water out there for a sink. And ran it through the same drain. And then when I moved in, I completely disconnected the drain coming through the wall, capped it off outside the way you're supposed to do it, and just left it because there was no water running out there anymore, so I didn't need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably run one of those basic bathrooms at mine.
Yeah.
Hey, down, yeah, because I'm not doing permits and shit for that. No, I've already I'm on 4 permits so far to get the building built, and that's not electrical, that's not plumbing, it's not anything else. So I'm just gonna have it built, do the electrical, and then and get that permitted. But then the water, I'm just gonna do that under the table.
It's easy to do yourself. So what they've done in mine, and it's because it was old, because I guess originally when that house was built, and I only know this from the neighbor that was living next to me when I moved in, and her dad had built her house, and she was like in her 80s. So that tells you anything. That originally they used they had outhouses in the backyards. When that neighborhood was first built, they had outhouses. Then they moved to septic systems. So they had septic in the backyard, which is completely gone now because there's sewer out front. And everything was moved from the septic to sewer, but the sewer lines even were old and had the super old concrete drain lines, which I had to have mine cleaned out like within a couple weeks after moving in that house. It cost me like $4,000. That was just freaking awesome. But we found that there was another line running into the septic that was going out back, and a line that went out to the backyard. There was a small hold tank. I don't know why they had that in there. Probably when there was the septic, there was a small holding tank that went to the garage. And it's from where they put the toilet in. Why they had the holding tank, I don't know. It must have been a holdover from when there was a septic system.
Man, that was illegal as hell.
Not back when it was put in, it wasn't.
Oh, it was permitted?
Oh yeah. I found all the permits for everything.
Oh, I thought the guy just did it himself and just teed it in. I'm like,
the guy that did the on the ground on top of the water, because when I went to look at the house, there was water pipe running from underneath the deck into the garage. But when we bought the house, that was gone. Because that was not legally done. And it was on top, it was on top. It was out in the open. It would freeze in the wintertime. So
yeah, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing.
I don't think he had a vent. He'd turn it off. He'd just turn it off and drain the water. And I've talked to the guy numerous times. Yeah, in the wintertime, if it started getting cold, he'd just turn it off, drain the water, and then blow it out with a hose, with a water or an air hose. So it wouldn't have any water in it.
Blow out the lines. Yep.
Yeah, he only lived there for 5 years. He said he only had the line hooked up for like 3 of those 5. It was just so he had a utility sink out there that he only had cold water running out there. It's just to wash his hands off and stuff when he was done working on shit. Something I wish I had in my in my garage, but
yeah, I'll have it in mind. I got to figure out how deep I want to get into a bathroom, but I'll do something. Downhill, house is great so far. No issues. We're we're still unpacking, and I spend most of my time when not working on the backyard doing stuff. But yeah, house is perfect.
Perfect. Gotta love it. So anybody seen Sublime since last week?
Mm-mm. Anybody
I
talk
know
to
you-
Salty?
Huh?
Anybody talk to Salty or no?
I saw him on a couple of lives last week, but he's not been on any of mine. So.
Well, I was just saying with the storms and stuff because I haven't heard.
Oh no, I don't know. And like with Sublime, I know he did a live on Friday, and I went in there and I gave it a thumbs up and I left it on with it running, but silent, so that they didn't get the watch time on my phone because I was spending time with my wife. So,
Yeah.
and we don't get to do that very often, even though we're home every night. But if she's not feeling good, she'll end up going to bed early, like way before me.
The way that you were phrasing it, you're like,
Oh no,
I'm
watching
spending
TV.
time with the wife. I
Watching
don't get to
TV.
do that often. I'm like, oh,
Watching TV.
yeah.
Get your mind out of together there, son.
I tell you.
I tell you what. How long you been married, Mike?
Oh, a long time. 12 years.
12
But
years.
we've been together for 17.
I haven't even been with my wife that long. Married for 4.
Okay.
I think it's been 4. 19. Yeah. I think it was
Second
19.
wife or?
Yeah, it's my second wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have any kids together other than the dogs. The dogs are our children. Let's see. Trying to find some information here. That's not it. That's not it. Oh yeah, that's right. 2019. Yeah, 4 years. just making sure my brain's not lying to me. So we've been married for 4 years. We've been together since oh God. like 10 years. So
Yeah, you're like me. You wanted them to wait a while before you.
I didn't want to get married again. Seriously. And when we first started seeing each other and dating and living together, I told her I didn't, and she was fine with that. She didn't want to get married either. In fact, I surprised her when I asked her to marry me. So
Yeah, these days it's kind of rough to do that. You never know how it's going to turn out. I mean, I laugh at the guys that are on Facebook. I'm selling my Cobra because I'm getting married. They're like, dude, you got a
What?
50% chance. Keep the Cobra.
selling my Cobra because I'm getting married. Shit.
Well, 'cause they need
All I
money
did
for
was
the wedding.
I got before I got married. Hell, I upgraded to the Mustang before I got married. And I still have the Mustang. Longest I've owned a car.
Yeah, I still got mine. My wife would never push me to sell it. When I almost sold it before I built it, she was actually kind of secretively happy because she's like, good, this thing's going away. But then I decided not to, and then decided I was going to put all this money into it and build it. And she's like, damn it, I thought we got rid of the car.
I'm a little irritated today because I found out they are not going to total out the edge. Even with this, I've seen some paperwork. My wife let me know they're not totaling it out, but she's been talking with them today, and I'll talk to her when she gets home. I was hoping they were going to total it out, just I wouldn't have the payment anymore, and I could buy something cheaper.
Yeah, to make it, yeah.
And it pisses me off making the payments on this car. It does, and it's not because this car put a financial strain on me. I probably shouldn't have bought it. It was probably more than I should have bought at the time. But what's really pissing me off is all this money I'm spending on it every month, and I haven't seen that car in 9 months. It got damaged the day after Christmas, basically. December 26th, 27th of December, it went to the body shop. And
so all this time they've been doing what?
okay, so for the longest time they were waiting on a part they couldn't get. When they finally got that part and they bought it, and they've had to pay a lot extra for some parts because part pricing went crazy and you couldn't find things, so people were out. So it cost a lot more than it was originally supposed to. And they finally got that part when the insurance company got on their ass about getting it done. Well, they got it. We actually got the car back for a day. One day. My wife drove it and took it back to them saying it's making a noise. They went for a drive. They heard the noise. Why they probably heard the noise before, when they test drove it, because they should have. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. They replaced some parts. It didn't fix all the noises. So they took it to Ford. Ford's been sitting on it. They can't figure it out at the Ford dealer here. So now it's going to the Ford dealer in Huntsville tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have it back in a couple weeks.
And what was the accident? You hit a deer?
A deer, a small deer, a doe. A doe, a deer, a female deer. Sorry.
And you've had bad luck.
Yeah. At least I didn't say a drop of golden sun after that, because, that would be a song, and can't do that on these. Get in trouble. I grew up watching Sound of Music a lot with my family, so it's one of those songs.
So you're going to get the car back probably a couple months?
I would hope within the month. I hope before the end of September, because it's been gone since December.
And then are you keeping it or are you selling it?
I'm gonna keep it most likely, because I probably won't be able to be with the branded title it's gonna have now. I won't be able to sell it for what I owe on it. I owe
what year is it?
It's 22.
Oh fuck! All right, you're upset. So yeah.
Well, I owe 31,000 on it still right now, and it's a loaded SEL. It's actually worth more than that, but with the accident, that drops the value. It was a $40,000 car we got for $35,000.
Yeah, and like my EcoBoost is a 2019 stripped, and I looked up the trade-in on it like a couple months ago, because I was trying to figure out, well, should I cut this loose before moving, or $24K.
Yeah.
So the values have dropped
just a little.
But it was before 31,000 when all this, scarcity of new vehicles was going on. It was 31. Now it's down to 20, 24 as of 3 months ago.
Our 2017 EcoBoost had held its value, even with the 70,000 plus miles it has on it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Because, the EcoBoost only has like 6,000 miles on it. The Edge.
Right.
It's a 22 with like 6,000 miles on it. That's it. The one good thing is it hasn't been getting mileage put on it. Everywhere it goes right now, it gets towed on a flatbed.
So what car is you going to be down to? So the truck is most likely going to go. The Mustang, maybe. Let's just say if the Mustang is gone.
The Mustang, I don't drive. It's losing its insurance on the 4th of the month. I don't drive it. What's up, Nate? How's it going?
Hey, Nate.
The Mustang's just becoming a trailer king or queen, whatever. Not that I ever wash it or anything, because it's still filthy from Michigan. I'm gonna get a truck. I'm gonna have to buy another truck for a trailer. I have to have a truck.
Do you need the trailer anymore?
Yeah, for my Mustang.
No. But let's just say if you cut the Mustang loose, do you need the trailer?
I'm not getting rid of the Mustang. I've decided that is not happening.
Oh, so you're keeping the Mustang now?
Okay.
I'm
keeping the Mustang. We're not getting rid. For as much as I've put into it, I will never get anywhere close to what I've put into it back out of it.
Would you cut loose the trailer and not do the truck, or no?
Well, no, because I can't drive the Mustang anywhere.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it
He's
was
taking the
street.
Mustang off of the road.
Mustang's going off road. It's getting no insurance on it. It means I lose the registration within 30 days after taking the insurance off of it.
Okay.
And they
I was
they
just saying,
monitor
if
that
you
crap.
cut the trailer loose, then it covers the insurance, and you can drive the Mustang to events and stuff.
But I don't know. No. Problem is, anytime I've gone to a drag strip without a trailer, I have needed a trailer by the end of the day.
Got it. Okay.
That's just the way my life. Now I have 2 trailers. I still have my flatbed. I could sell the enclosed, but I don't want to.
Okay. That makes sense.
You cut loose the S650, but I don't have an S650. No, I just watched a Coyote engine today and a Crown Vic make over 1,000 horsepower on the dyno with a VMP on it. Mind you, it was a built Coyote, but still,
That's nice. That's got to be
it
quick.
wasn't a great tune. It was a Cletus tune, basically.
Oh, is that one short that I saw with Cletus with the Kenny? It sounded like a Kenny Bell.
Nope. It's a VMP Odin.
It was an Odin. Man, he
Oh,
must
yeah,
have been overspinning the crap out of it because it sounded like a Kenny Bell 2.2.
He wasn't overspinning the crap out of it. He's actually got a large. He's got a large pulley on it too. It's just it doesn't have anything in. It's a straight open intake.
Okay.
It's the throttle body. That's it. There's nothing in front of the throttle body.
That's why she was screaming.
That's why
so
you
loud.
hear it as well as you do.
Got it. But it had a good tone to it too. I like that tone.
I have no plans on buying an S650 because the only one I'd want would be would be the Dark Horse, and I don't even really want that because it's not all that. It's just not. Now, if they do have that Shelby GT350 come out next year, that I wouldn't mind having, but I won't have the money for it.
I think I'm done buying new cars. I don't think I'm going to buy another new
Personally,
car.
I'd like to get a GT 350R, like what is that, 16 or 17 model? That's what I want. It is a nice track car, just made strictly for the track. Wouldn't even fucking license it if I had the kind of money to buy it.
Right.
I wouldn't even license it. It would be a track car, and that would be it. It would always be on a trailer if it wasn't on a track. But, had I listened to certain people when I was younger and had gotten into that whole Bitcoin thing back when it was like, $10,000 bought a guy a pizza, if I had done it then and then sold it all off when it was like $50,000 a piece, I would be a millionaire right now and I wouldn't care.
You can make a ton of money even today doing stuff. Buy natural gas futures.
Yeah, if they go up again.
Oh, they're going back up again.
They just crashed down 2 days ago. They went back down pretty hard.
Yeah, you go back and forth between boil and cold, and it's double inversed on both. But I'm in boil for the rest of this year, because now's the point that it's really going to start going up.
I'm expecting it to go up here real soon. If it can get to where it was last year, I'll cash out pretty easy, pretty quick. And I don't have a lot in it, but I got enough that if I cash out, it'll be enough to pay off her car.
For what are you in? Bitcoin?
No, boil.
Oh, you're in boil.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You and I will have to talk offline. When I tell you what I have in it, you're going to be like, no.
Oh, you probably have way more. When they did the 120 split or
the 20 split,
split, that pissed me off. I liked having more shares. It all works out about the same anyway. Either way.
How many shares do you have, or you want to do that offline?
I'd tell you offline. I'm not.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lot. Let's just say that. It's not a whole lot. It was just whatever I had left in my account to be able to buy with at the time. And
Got
that
it.
wasn't much because I cashed most of that stuff out about a year ago to pay for some stuff I needed to pay for.
Yeah, if it goes up to what it did before,
Now, if it'd go back to
Um,
2019, if we could get 2019 prices, oh, I'd be happy.
dude, I'd be getting close to retirement.
Exactly. Now, I
That's
wouldn't be quite retirement, but it'd be doing way better.
well, it's down 97% this year. So if it goes back up to
I
that,
know.
holy shit.
Could you imagine 2009 prices?
I'm looking back on the charts here.
I think it was 2009 when it hit like 11 plus 13K.
Oh, so no, it was 2012. It
Well,
hit 46,208.
that's right. Okay, yeah, that's where I'd like it to go back to, but that's not going to happen because what happened after 2012? Fracking.
Oh yeah,
Fracking happened. They
It
started
dropped,
doing
but right
shale.
now it's at 64.27 after hours,
Yeah,
and
it was up to
my
it was up
buy
to close to
price
80
that
the
I'm in
other
is
day.
at 67. So I'm a little in a negative right now, but
Yeah.
um,
Oh, I bought in with it low, so luckily I am not. I'm actually up right now.
well, what did you got in under $3 for the old
Uh-huh.
metrics?
I did.
Good man. I was in and out selling between boil and cold. And I missed a couple jumps up. So then what I decided is as it was starting to retrace, I just dollar cost average into it. And I said, you know what? It's getting close to the end of the year. I'm just going to stay.
Oil should go up here in the next couple months, unless we have a super mild winter again.
I don't see
Yeah.
that happening.
I don't see it happening either.
It's been so wet this year that I think it's going to just continue. It's all going to turn to snow everywhere where it's normally cold. Like in New York, we haven't had a cold winter. And when I say cold, it's been cold, but there was what's been 3 or 4 winters ago since we've had like weeks below 32.
What do you want?
Yeah.
And next to no snow.
And
My
the
dog
dollar's
wants vanilla.
losing value too, which makes it
Okay. Let's see. I wish
makes a
I had a way to
difference.
put this up easier. So David sent me a dark horse, the 24 dark horse Mustang on the dyno with a 10R80, fifth gear pull, 93 octane, and it only did 408 horsepower and 357 foot-pounds of torque. Now that I saw the regular non-dark horse do those numbers. So I think something's wrong here.
Probably
thought
lost in the transmission. It's an auto.
Well, no, it was an auto that I saw it on. I saw him do a GT, just a regular GT, and it
was
ran
an auto.
408.
Okay.
I thought that the only thing that made the Dark Horse special was the forged internal, so you can, go big boy boost. But
you're not supposed to be able to tune it, though. I thought.
I'm sure Whipple's going to have something for it, because it wasn't the plan to make the Dark Horse like a year or two later with a Whipple on it?
No, you should be able to do it within the first year.
No, like a package to where you buy
No,
it from
I
the
thought it
board
was within the first year they were going to start offering that before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Before the end of the first year of it. The twin throttle bodies is just a gimmick. I wouldn't say it's just a gimmick so much. It can be useful if they do it right because it does give you a lot more intake. It's
I think twin turbos on that would be really cool.
There you go.
Because of that. I think that's where the
badass.
application will make a difference.
Wow, that chicken head is just tripping me out.
Well, I look at it, I feel sad. I think my birds.
So. Not naturally aspirated. What? Oh, you mean naturally aspirated? It's not doing much anything? No, it's not. But it gives you openings to be able to do the twin turbo with twin inputs.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many cubes that the engine has. I mean, it's only gonna, take in so much air.
And
Especially
Jake's fine. He must have lost connection or just got tired of being on here. He wasn't saying anything, so screw him.
Who?
Damn kids. My son.
Ah, okay.
It's fine if he left. He's got other things to do. He got to work tomorrow too.
Yeah, I got that coming up.
I'm, I do like some of the design changes they did to the Gen 4 Mustang or the Coyote. But it's not enough to say so. It's not the huge change that happened between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3. I think that between the 2 and the 3 was a bigger change when they went to the direct and ported injection. It really helped out for fueling. So for boost applications, that fueling was it's great because you've got twice the injection. You've got port and direct. So you have a way to get more fuel in there faster and just upgrade your fuel pump. Maybe upgrade your injectors. It's what I did on my Focus that I'm not built, but the new motor. It's got better injectors. It's got an upgraded fuel pump. I have to end up building the block I pull out, like better look. I'm not gonna buy a built block, but ask Jason Teixeira. I don't know Jason, so.
So I figured out with the STs, I've been, because I think I mentioned to you a couple weeks ago that I was looking for possibly getting one for work, just to have a car that I actually want and would actually be able to use for my job. Because I don't carry massive boxes, but I do carry boxes and a tote and a small toolbox.
Okay.
And a hatchback would do just fine for that. It isn't like I looked up the cubic feet of my Subaru with the seats up, and there's just as much in a Focus as there is in that.
Yeah, I love my Focus. I love that thing.
When you drop the seats down, of course, it gets a whole heck of a lot bigger, but it's very rarely do I drop the seats. And when I do, I have massive amounts of extra space.
Yeah. So the weird thing with the Focus ST is there's a way you can actually pull the bottoms of the seats up and then drop the backs down, and it makes them flat.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
My Escape did that too.
It's a little higher in the back because of what they put in, the styrofoam stuff they put in to go around, because you get a full-size tire in those.
Yep.
You get a full-size spare.
Well, that styrofoam is actually really nice because my Subaru has it, but there's no reason for it. They just put it over top of where the spare is, and it's almost like storage. I have them filled with hard drives and small miscellaneous parts that I have.
Oh yeah, they're great for stuff like that. But for me, I ended up putting my methanol stuff in there when I had my old one.
So when I was looking around, prices aren't bad. I want to pick one up with 50, 60,000 miles. They're I can find them between 15 and 20,000. I can find them over 20, but I'm not spending over 20.
I wouldn't.
And I don't think they're worth it whenever it comes down to it. And you look at the prices, and there's some people that think there must be made of gold. And there's some people that are like, yeah, I use the car. But I've noticed that there's people out there, you can tell who didn't know how to drive them, who beat on them, and then who took care of them. Because the ones they beat on were either wrecked or they've replaced the motor and the car's only got 60,000 miles on them. I've seen 4 so far. The clutches are toasted and they've replaced them, and the same thing. They got like 50,000 miles on them.
Yeah.
And then you got the ones that are like, they're reasonably priced. The car's in really nice shape, few modifications, but they're not overdone. And I actually did find one for 18.5, I think is what he wants. It's a red one with 54,000. It's got he put carbon fiber looking racing stripes on it. Let me look here. I'm actually on Facebook here. Let me just click over to it.
Let me take a look there.
Let's see here. Saved.
What's up, browser?
Groups video. All right. Well, that doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a 15.
Okay, so pre-facelift. Or no, that'd be a facelift.
Let me look here.
No, yeah, 15.
I got a lot of them saved.
You had the 13, 14, and then and then there was a difference between the early 14s and 13s to the late 14s, and then
My fault.
15 they did the facelift.
So 16.
Yeah, see, I prefer the pre-facelift. I like the look of them better.
I like the Post because it has Apple CarPlay.
Okay, well, see, here's the thing: is I have that in my 14 because I upgraded the stereo in it.
How much was it to do it? Because that makes all the difference to me. For work, that's not just pleasure; that's a tool.
Okay, so I upgraded it at the time was like $900. I could have done it cheaper if I just sourced all the parts myself and done it all myself, but I just bought a kit.
Okay.
I can do it all myself just by buying the parts out of a junkyard if you can find them. But yeah, I have Sync 3, which was in my old car that got destroyed. I took it out and put it in this one.
Well, I know I'd be able to do it. I just didn't know you could do it. That was the thing.
Oh yeah, you can. That's why I went to and I wanted a late 14, but this one's an early 14, and the difference between them is the in late 14 they made the front brakes bigger, and they changed the seat for the front coilovers, the top seat. They changed that, but if you upgrade your suspension, it doesn't matter anyway, which I did or will be doing. But my brake, I have Willwoods to go on this thing all the way around. But other than that, that's the only change between 13 and late 14. And then 15, they just changed the way it looks. The only thing I like about the 15 pluses is the hood. I like the way the hood fits better. It's a flat, straight across instead of having a little
rounded bubble kind of looking hood.
Well, it's got the cut for the Ford in it instead of being flat across. And but I don't like the grill after 14. I prefer the old grill that's got the two side stripes on it that give it kind of that snake look. I hate the back end of the new ones because they got rid of some of the matching lines. So they made the brakes smaller. They made the brake lights smaller. But then the lines for like the gas cap and everything didn't line up anymore.
Okay.
And I hated that. And I hated the big black thing across the back end. Didn't like it. That personal opinion, it's all just look stuff. They handle the same. They work the same. They've got the same engine. There's no difference other. The interior of the facelift ones I like better.
Yeah.
And it's little things. It's the center console. That's about it. It's the only thing that got better.
And that's what I could see was the difference is, the newer ones had Apple CarPlay in them, which is a huge thing for me for maps and talking on the phone for work.
And I wasn't even worried about that. I'm talking like the center console down between the seats.
Oh, I didn't notice they changed that.
Yeah, it changed.
Nobody takes pictures of it that I noticed.
And the ST2s and ST3s were different. So you had the ST1s, the 2s, and the 3s. And I think after the facelift, they only had like the 2s and the 3s still. The differences. And it's, I really wish I had grabbed my old center console out of my car that was wrecked and the e-brake and put it into this one. I preferred where it all sat. It gave me another little cubby to throw my keys in. I liked the way the cup holders were. They were front and back instead of side.
This is all good stuff because this is the little nuances when you spend hours in a car a day that makes all the difference. And people are like, "You've got to be kidding me! That doesn't make a difference."
And I preferred ST2 seats over the 1s and the 3s. So the 3s were the all leather Recaros. The 1s are the plain Focus seats.
The 2s have the leather and
the cloth leather, and mine are the blue.
I like the way they look better. I don't know how they fit.
They're more, for me, being wider and larger, they're more comfortable because the bolsters aren't as hard as the 3s. They aren't heated. That's the thing you give up. And because when I bought this car, it had heated leather interior in it with electric seats. ST2s are not electric. They're manual seats. I don't care because once I set it in position, it stays there. It never changes.
Yep. And I don't need, if it's not leather, I don't need heated seats. Like cloth seats, I can live with not being heated.
No,
Even though they are nice, they aren't required. With leather, I don't want to get in a car in the morning and be froze solid for the first 20 minutes because the seat's still warming up.
Yeah, my car's in the garage. It doesn't matter. It's heated and cooled in there.
My garage is filled up, so I don't have a place for it in a garage.
So I will say, hey Victor, how's it going? There's some things I like on the newer Focuses that I wish they'd had in the older ones. And yeah, the Sync 3 is nice. I would not go to anything with Sync 2 if I didn't have to. That's why when I bought my Mustang, it was a must that it had to be a 16 or newer, so it would have Sync 3. And that's when I traded in my Focus and didn't have it for a couple of years. In fact, there was like 3 or 4 years that I didn't own that Focus. Somebody else owned it. I bought it back from them in December, like 3 years later, and I knew everything about the car. I got it running right again because they did not take care of it. Got it cleaned up, made it perfect, and then 6 months later, somebody slammed into me and destroyed it, and that broke my heart. That car, it was so weird because it was a fully tuned car that went and left with the Cobb tuner, and the Cobb tuner stayed with it, and it was still in it when I got it back. And I let the guy know because I'd found out who owned the car when they bought it. Somebody saw it and let me know who the guy was. Got it, hooked up with him on Facebook and let him know that the engine in it was not the original engine, that it had more miles on it than it said it did. Because I'd already had to replace the engine once at like 24,000 miles when I blew the first engine. But I bought it back and then it went away. And now I have another one that I bought that was also rear-ended and is a salvage title and cost me like $11,000.
All right. So get this. I'm while you guys are talking, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're fine.
Tell me to shut up if you want. I'm perusing the American Muscle Labor Day sale, and I used to have, the Roush cold air intake they make for the S197, basically bolts straight up to the stock air box, air tube.
Yep.
Well, it used to be like low $200. You know what? Guess what the sale price is right now?
$500.
I wish I remembered because I looked at it last night.
$315.
That's crazy. It's inflation gone crazy.
I don't even know why I bother looking on here. I need to be looking on Marketplace and only Marketplace.
Yeah, no shit. That's where I look now too. It's crazy. I didn't used to ever want to do that. And now that's all I do. Dude, what's that for? Yeah, the old heat up brick and put it under your seat. There you go.
Wait, is Mustang Week this week?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. My kids will be gone. I could go down there.
You could. Don't you work, though?
On the weekend?
Oh, okay. Well, it's all week long. It's a week.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm going to Bristol this weekend for Sunday for the Cletus Bristol 1000 or whatever they're calling it. This time they're racing on the concrete with Crown Vics, not on the dirt with Rangers.
The Crown Vic thing was pretty cool, especially the first time they did it. I liked when, I'm assuming he still does it the same way. He brings out all the other big YouTubers to go out there with him.
Yep.
I thought it was pretty cool.
A bunch of them will be there. It'll be cool. I'm going to go there. Hopefully get a chance to meet a couple of them. The people I've been following for years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them too. Like Roman Atwood's going to be there. Hopefully, I think he's driving too, so he should be there. And I've been listening to him forever. Him, Cletus, I've been watching forever, and I think most of PFI and the Booster Boys will be there. I think I haven't looked at the lineup in a while, so
yeah, Victor, it's $315 for just the not the tube. It's for the filter that attached to the little Roush airbox.
That is crazy.
It looks, the thing I used to have it because I got it used for like $90 from somebody, and it was in great shape. It was like brand new. And I liked it because when you bolted it up to the stock airbox, the plastic from Roush matched up to the plastic from the tube, and it looked like an OEM part. And so I liked it because of that. It looked like it completed the Boss as a stock look. And then I when I got the Pernelli Jones, I set that free.
What's crazy is you get on Marketplace and start looking for parts now, and people think they're worth new prices. So they're like,
they are.
On Black Friday, you can get better deals buying stuff brand new than you can buying used on Marketplace. And it's not even in that good a shape.
Yeah.
Except here's the problem is on Black Friday, working up to Black Friday, people raise their prices slowly for like 2 months before Black Friday, just so they can put them on sale. So if you pay attention, you'll see that a lot of places do that.
They do that on Amazon Prime days. They did it real big this year.
I got my community violation. It did not get approved, the appeal. They denied my appeal. So last time I was not polite and it got approved for the same exact type thing, and this time they denied it. I put my child's life in danger by letting him rev my car.
You did not put your child's life in danger. They're fucking idiots.
No, they're just looking out for me,
No, they're idiots. And you need to let them know that.
Well, last time I did that, I did get shadow banned, and all my video views went to hell.
So you need to go and take the new training they have.
That's the other thing. I get to watch my indoctrination training, so I can
and not do it again for 90 days.
Yep. It's crazy that the day I got hit for my violation, that came up.
Hey, Ford dude, Rockingham Drag Strip. That is my hometown track from where I grew up. Where do you live near there, Ford dude?
Fox body roll cage for $375.
I don't need one. I don't have a Fox body anymore. I sold a Fox body roll cage that wasn't put together for like $150 before I moved.
Well, that's and
it was a full 12-point cage.
It's one of these things where I'd put it in my little storage corner.
Yeah. If I hadn't moved, I'd still have it sitting in my garage.
Man,
so with the RS, would you ever buy an RS?
Yeah, I would if they weren't so overpriced. And I've seen some that were decently priced, and I would have bought them had I had the money, because I use them for the track, and the RS is a better track car than the ST.
I'm looking at it because it's all-wheel drive, and I gotta drive it every day.
The ST's fine. It's front-wheel drive. I drove that thing through snow plenty of times, snow and slush and everything, and I had no problem with it. I only wanted the RS for the handling capabilities on the track. Greenville. I grew up in Rockingham. Poor dude. That's my hometown from when I was a child. I left there in 1990 and joined the Army. And now I'm in Alabama again, finally back to the South instead of living up in Washington, where the liberals play. I couldn't take it anymore. I'd had enough.
What's a good price for 1314 HID headlights? Used.
What's a good price for them?
Yeah.
Like $100
for HIDs.
Yeah, what you're going to pay for them? Probably like $1,000, but I'm saying $100 is a good price for them because HIDs are not that fucking expensive.
Yeah,
I've bought and installed so many HID lighting systems.
This one
with ballast and everything that were way more powerful than what's in a car.
Yeah, this one doesn't even have ballast. Jesus.
Yeah, it's ridiculous what they charge for them. There is no reason they should cost that much because the housings they put them in are made out of crap. They're plastic. It's not hard to injection mold some plastic. It really isn't.
Yeah.
The prices they ask for lights are ridiculous. Like the headlights for my truck are over $2,000. That is ridiculous. It costs them less than that to make. It costs less than probably $100 to make them. And yes, their R&D and research, they didn't do that much R&D on them because the shit was already there's no R&D. The design, they designed them in probably 3 days.
Yeah. Wait till you guys see see the Flowmasters on the Boss. They look so stupid.
They look stupid.
I couldn't get them on right because my hitch was in the way. So I didn't want to. I'd already filmed the Roush part of the video.
You have
so
it.
I didn't want to abandon it. So I hung them incorrectly to make them bolt up.
Did you leave them the way they were in the picture that you had on your community tab?
I had no choice.
I just watched. I thought today was Tuesday. So I got on YouTube and I'm like, oh, Brailsford should be getting on. And on my homepage, it was your live from yesterday. And I went, oh, it's Wednesday.
I physically could not move them to where they're supposed to be because the hitch bar was in the way. For whatever reason, the Roushes are designed perfectly to where it avoids it. But the Flowmaster front hanger, it interferes directly with the hitch. Am I off or is everybody off?
No, I'm here.
Okay, I got real quiet and I'm not on the main screen, so I don't know if
I'm not either.
Sorry, I muted for a second because David keeps sending me stuff, and I was listening to a video, and I'm not sure what they're talking about in that video because I could barely understand what they were saying. Something about a bolt-on or a rear mount turbo kit on something sounds better than something Coyote, and I don't know, but I need more context than that. It's too short of a video.
I haven't looked for Mustang parts in a while, so I'm hoping
Gonna eat food. Mustang parts. Oh.
You know what I want to find, Nate? I want to find a Tiger Racing hood. So bad.
They do look good,
especially when they're painted painted right.
I need to cut out the front middle of my hood like on that GT 500 sitting next to my car.
Oh, I gotta reach out to Tony. Well, that's one of mine.
Hey, Brailsford, did you get much rain or no?
We're still getting rain. The storm hasn't passed us yet, Mike.
Man, I've nothing here. A couple sprinkles and that was it.
Oh, we're getting a lot, and I'm actually worried because my camper is parked right off some water. It's pretty high up, but the coast floods a lot here. Mike, are you in a flood zone?
You should have parked it in your driveway and said, "Hey, storm, screw you guys."
I'm not in a flood zone, but I do have in the subdivision some of the other properties kind of slope in my direction.
Okay. I mean, if you're not in a flood zone, you'll probably be all right. The one, so when Hurricane Matthew came through here back in 2017, I was stationed in Virginia Beach, and I actually was at the NC State versus Notre Dame game. It was the only game that went on in North Carolina that did not get canceled. It was in the middle of a freaking hurricane. It was awesome. But then I drove home in the storm, and by the time I got home, like the storm had slowed down, like basically parked itself over Norfolk. And they I told my wife, okay, I'm gonna go fill all the cars with gas and fill the generators. And every time I left the house, I did like 3 trips. Every time the water was like 4 inches deeper on my road. And I was like, holy shit. And so like I get on the news, and the news is saying this is a flood emergency. It's not, and what that means is even if you're in a non-flood zone, there's a really good chance you're going to flood. And I was watching this, like, we had these like paved culverts for drainage in our neighborhood, and they're like 4 feet wide. And I was watching out my back window as this 4 foot wide culvert became a 30-foot wide river. And I was like just panicking. I was like, holy shit, like this is going to get under my house and I'm going to be ruined. I don't have flood insurance. I'm going to be ruined today. And I got lucky. Like I had my car, I had my brother's cars. He was staying with us, and he was deployed. He was underway, and I backed all of our cars as high up my hill. Luckily, I was on this nice perch. It's like my house was. I had my road would have had the flood like 7-8 feet for my house to get wet, but it only made it, let's say, probably 4.5 feet, 5 feet. It was deep, and I was fine, but other people in my neighborhood lost like everything.
Oh, that sucks.
Wow, that sucks.
Yep. So I was like a shit bricks moment where I was like, oh crap, like I do not have coverage for anything that could happen right now.
I don't have it either, and I do get some water in the front yard when it's a really bad rain. So I took my excavator and I dug some trenches to try to
French
divert.
drains.
Yeah, but it's a little too much water for that. It would have to be a pretty big French drain.
You need to dig a really large hole, like a cylindrical hole that's really deep.
Put gravel in
Fill
it.
it with rock, cover it with dirt when it's done, and then run all of those trenches down to it. Let it fill up.
I'm running it into my neighbor's property, which his is
okay.
just a field. So I'm
That's
running
what
it that way.
Indians doing to me, running all the water off their property through the rocks into my property, and that's why when it rains, my property gets flooded.
So I have a like a 2.5 foot deep trench that's about 2 or 3 feet wide, just kind of going across. So, because I was worried about the hurricane, I'm like, you know what? Let me make sure the house is good. And I've got one of those water pumps, those gas powered ones with a 3-inch diameter hose that I could suck it up from the front of the lawn and then move it over to that other side.
You do get flooding out there, Mike. You will get flooding if the storm hits just right. So like I was up there for Fran and Floyd when they hit. Fran went over Raleigh still as a category 2. And it jacked up my parents' house pretty good, like ripped all the shingles off, tore some parts of the house off. I mean, it was a pretty strong storm. It broke a bunch of branches off these Bradford pear trees on my parents' property. Floyd had intense flooding. There was actually I was in middle school or elementary school. There was a kid in our school that died because their parents, they tried to drive across the bridge, but the water was at bridge height. And there was a big wave that came and swept them off the bridge.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they have hit. You guys know the counties. I'm in Chatham County, so I'm a little bit west of all that. But still, yeah.
Did you say Chatham?
Yeah, I'm in Chatham.
Okay. I know that county. You're not far from where I grew up.
No, I told you I wasn't far from where you
You're
grew
real
up.
close. I didn't realize how close. I knew you weren't far, but I didn't realize how close you were.
Yeah.
But I haven't lived there since '90. So.
Yeah.
Who are you eating, Brailsford?
It's not me.
It's
Oh,
me.
is it Nate?
Sour Skittles.
Skittles.
Bruce, get down. Get down.
I have a big bag of those and then an even bigger bag of regular Skittles.
I can't do that.
Here we go.
I'd love to, but I can't.
I just got back from the gym and I feel awful.
I don't like Jim either. That's why I don't ever go see him.
Yeah.
So I got a question for y'all. It was what we started out with tonight, and Mach 1 said, a Turbo 400 would solve my problem, which was how to get my car into the low 6's. And barring the Turbo 400, which I'd love to have, if I was ethanol or nitrous, I think I could get in the low 6's, no problem.
I think your problem is your gear, to be honest.
Yeah, a couple people say that, but
if you're launching in second and you're still not getting any sort of traction, either the suspension is not set up or that gear is just way, way off from what you need.
Well, yeah, it's a 331 starting in second. I think what I really need to do is first I need to swap out my stock front end for some Vikings to match the rear. That would help there. I can't afford to change the gears right now. I just can't.
Yeah.
But somebody was telling me to go 411s. I'm like, oh my God, 411s would kill me. I'd never be able to launch the thing.
You'd be launching in third gear.
Yeah, exactly. I think another thing I need to try and dial it down again and try working on the first gear launches again to see if I can get it to where if I can keep it from spinning hard in first gear, I can get in the second no problem, and it'll it'll keep going. But if it spins in first, I'm done.
It's stick shift or auto.
Yeah, I'm a 6-speed. I'm a Calimer Stage 3 MT82.
Can you slip the clutch and get a good launch?
That's all I do is slip the clutch. That's why my reaction times are so slow.
Got it. Okay.
The problem is with my clutch, there's not much slipping to it. It's like it's partially in, like almost at the top of the clutch is when it starts grabbing a little bit, and then you got like half an inch or so of travel before it's fully engaged.
And what RPM? You're only launching at like what, 2,500?
46.
4,600 RPMs.
Second gear.
Ooh. I'm guessing if you try to get
it's not the same as the MT82. It's a little bit different because it's upgraded gears.
no, I get it. It's just it's a lot of drive shock.
I found that if I launch any lower, and it's not really even a lot of shock. It doesn't feel hard at all when I'm launching. If I launch any lower, too much lower, anything below 4,000, it just bogs down.
Got it. Okay.
But in first gear, when I launch anything above like 3,000, it bogs down. Or I mean, it spins. Anything below 3,000, it bogs down.
Right.
And I have all my traction control completely unhooked. It's actually turned. It's actually disconnected. I unhooked the connector, so traction control does not work in my car at all.
Just tub it and put a big tire on it.
It's got a 315 on it.
What kind of tire?
I am running a bias ply, Mickey Thompson ET Street R 315 on a 17-inch rim. And it's grabbing way better. I've finally got some good burnouts, this week. I got the burnouts going better to where it's actually getting some smoke off the tires and they're heating up way better. And so they're gripping a lot better on the start.
Have you guys heard? So I'm looking at this. There's a post here. Where is it? Here where I am? No, it's in New Jersey, but for some reason it's popping up in my local marketplace. It's a 2014 Roush Stage 3 Illuminator. 2014.
I think I've seen that one.
One of 66 ever made, he says.
Yep.
Illuminator.
Is it black with blue and red?
Black with blue and orange.
Yeah, I've seen it.
But like, how did Roush put Illuminator engines in their cars? Back then?
I questioned it too.
Kind of like,
I wouldn't think so because, well,
kind of like the Roush I saw the other day. That was the F-It edition.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me to go to this, go to that. Yeah, if people want to buy me this stuff, I will go to anything. Somebody wants to buy me a Turbo 400 and the drive shaft to go with it, I will do it. But I also need the pinion gear, or not the pinion gear, but the pinion on the rear end, because when you switch from the automatic to the manual, you have to change the pinion. You have to change, you got to change the drive shaft, the pinion, and the everything. It's all got to be redone. You got to take the clutch off, go back to that other thing. Fucking brain. The converter. You got to put a converter in it. You got to do all that. It's like a $10,000 upgrade. It's I think you can get a decent like stage 1 or 2, maybe a stage 2 for like $8,500 for the whole kit, which I think a stage 2 would handle my power, but I'd prefer a stage 3.
Well, gentlemen, I think I'm gonna go to bed.
You've got your tire pressure low
enough. Off here too. It's been almost 2 hours. What's that, Mike?
You've got your tire pressure low enough, right?
Brailsford.
Yeah, I was running at 15 this week. I lowered it down. Usually I started around 17 to 18. This week, even though it was cooler, I dropped it down to about 15. Start from scratch. Yeah, if I had the money, I would, Victor. I would love to like just rip everything apart, build the engine and pull the whole undercarriage out of that car and redo it. It's basically a slick. I mean, what I'm running is basically a slick. I mean, it's a bias ply ET Street R. It's got like barely anything other than slicks in it, but most it definitely would work better if it was on a 15-inch rim, because then I'd have a little bit more play in the tire. But being that I'm on a 17-inch, which is as small as I can go on my car right now without doing a lot of work on the rear end again and changing out the brakes, it's 17 is where it's at. And, those wheels were not cheap. So I know most of you all are into cars, so you know this. Everything I need to do for this car is more money than I have. That's all there is to it.
Right.
It's way too much money.
I know that the Mickey Thompson, those tires that you have, you can take them down for the weight. If it's over 3,000 pounds, you could take it down to 12. I don't know, maybe
I could take it down to 12. Okay, my car weighs, with me in it, about 4,000 pounds.
Yeah, it says over 3,000. That's what it's listed as. But there's nothing above that, like over 4,000 or nothing like that. But
right.
I don't know, man. Maybe 13 pounds just for the shits and giggles.
I could drop it down another pound or two, and it doesn't seem like it would really hurt it. At 15, they still look pretty decent, but they were running a little bit better doing that. Also, my burnouts, I think basically I've always rushed my burnout because at some of the tracks I've been at, they kind of rush you and push you. And I was at a test and tune only this week, so they weren't rushing anybody. And so I was taking my time.
Right.
There's no such thing as a rush. If you paid, you take your time.
37.50 empty rattle trap, not 39.20. You're off by about 200 pounds.
Yeah,
my car is 37.50 stock empty. Now I do have a 7-gallon water tank in the rear. I don't know how much 7 gallons of water weighs, plus all the other water that's in the car for the cooling.
8.34 pounds per gallon.
I don't keep the ice chest in the trunk. I keep it behind the trunk and fill the ice tank with ice.
Man, I'd be curious if you'd run better with bricks in the trunk.
I have 7 gallons of ice water in the trunk. That's a lot.
Get some damn traction back there.
I'm getting traction on the takeoffs. Look at my videos. You'll see. I'm like I lost to a red Mustang that was a 4-second car. I lost to a 4 low 5s, high 4s Dodge Demon, an old one. I lost to him, and he gave me like 1 second head start. He gave me the hit big time, and I just watched him go around me. It was hilarious. I thought it was awesome, though, because I really like that car. It's an old green one, and it's just beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know, maybe just tool around on the street, have it at you're 15, do like a launch where nobody's around, and then drop it down to 13 and just try it again.
Yeah, I got to do that at the track and only at the track because, like I said, the car doesn't have insurance. It won't be on the road.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I was just thinking of saving you money on the track time.
Hey, the track's cheap. $30. I did a test. We were doing test and tune on Saturday. And it was $30.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, it ain't bad at all. I'm used to paying more than that for just spectating in some places.
Yeah. All right, gents. That's 11. I'm gonna get some Z's.
Hey, yeah, I'm about to shut this down anyway. It's 10 o'clock here, and I've been going for 2 hours, and that's about all I run.
You guys have a great night. Thanks for having me.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Switch to a fit. I would if it wouldn't cost so much money, Victor, because it's not just the wheels I have to change. There's some stuff I have to change on the car too, like the brakes. So everybody take it easy. Have a good evening, and I will talk to you next time. Oh, wait, I need to end the broadcast before I leave the studio. That'd be smart.